Hello and welcome back to the Bowling Sisters, and I am back today. We had two brilliant games on Sunday, even though the rest of the games were cancelled or postponed, let me so to say. But for Sunday, we had two big games. One was a London derby between Brentford and Arsenal, where Arsenal made a very light work for Brentford, apparently with a 3-0 victory, and it saw Fabio Vieira's full debut in the Arsenal shirt. And also, after four successive draws, Everton had finally won and they've beaten West Ham 1-0 with Neil Maupay scoring the winning goal in the 53rd minute for for Everton. So on that note, let's get straight into it for the first game. So the game started, like I said, Arsenal made very light work of Brentford. They do go back onto the top of the Premier League table with a 3-0 victory, which happened in the G-Tech Community Stadium. And also, to put into perspective, the Gunners were on Brentford from the word get-go. In the 17th minute, it was Saka's cross, which was headed, and we had William Saliba who scored the header, his first goal for I think this is the first goal for William Saliba as well in the Arsenal shirt. And then in after 11 minutes, the lead was doubled by a cross coming from Saka, and Gabriel Jesus did the rest. And the last goal came from a beautiful dipping shot by none other than Fabio Vieira, who scored his first goal on his first full debut for Arsenal. Um, so it was 3-0. And last goal was about a 25-yarder shot. It was a beautiful dipping shot, and you have nothing else to say. And what this does is that this puts Arsenal back at the helm with just a point advantage, but then they are above Tottenham Hotspurs as well as Manchester City. What they did was they made very easy work out of Arsenal. It was like a stroll in the park and a knife going through a hot knife going through chocolate. It was that simple, as well as it was Fabio Vera who stepped up on his full debut. Nobody expected what is Fabio Vera is not that heavily built, so him coming into the side and having a full debut, he did show his performance and the reason why Arsenal shelled out the pounds for him. So that is something which has, I think, which has impressed me as an individual for Fabio Vieira and the performance which Arsenal gave yesterday. So what that does to the table is that yes, Arsenal goes on top with 17 points and they remain on top for the coming October when the Premier League resumes after the international break. Moving on to the second game, which was between Everton and West Ham. Both teams needed a goal and both teams needed victories. In the 53rd minute, Neil Maupay scored his first Everton goal because this was his first and also this was Everton's first victory in this Premier League season in the 22-23, which sent a lot of relief for the fans, Toffee fans, as well as for the manager, and has released a small amount of stress and pressure from Frank Lampard and his Everton side. What this also does is that it has put West Ham in a very tricky situation. They are in the bottom three. This was West Ham's thousandth loss in the top flight. And the victory for Everton, what this does is it puts them into the 13th position and pushes West Ham into the bottom three. But both teams had their fair share of advantages and they played their game to the benefit, to their strengths as well. But until the 53rd minute, it was even Stevens. But once Neil Maupay scored the goal, it triggered West Ham into action and started piling more pressure onto Everton. What they did was that when the substitute Ben Rama came onto the field, he had a brilliant curling shot which had beaten Begovic, but unfortunately the pole was there and it hit the crossbar and it came off. But then that was I think, the only piece of major work which West Ham did post the post the goal which they conceded in the 53rd minute. So that is all for the weekend games. And I hope you've liked our review for the Sunday weekend games. We'll be back for more content. Do like, share, subscribe, enable those notifications, and do let us know in the comments what are your thoughts on the Sunday game and what you feel that will West Ham sacked their manager because they are in the 18th position. They've not been performing well in the last 5 games. They've just had one victory. Frank Lampard, for the time being, is out of danger. So let's see what happens in the Premier League in the international break. So on that note, thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Adios, guys.